Hi, do you struggle in saving money or increasing your savings? If yes, you have come to the right video. By the way, I am Queen V and I'm now in my 50s and I have 4 kids. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I normally share videos about beauty, fitness, and practical tips, especially if you are in your 50s. In this video, I would like to share with you how to build your wealth if you are in your 20s or 30s, or particularly if you are a fresh grad, because I'm going to share with you what I did when I was in your shoes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not rich, but I could say that I am financially independent and comfortable because I can buy the things that I want without the help of my husband, or without asking money from him, or without charging it to credit card. If I do, I pay it right away when I'm buying things for myself using credit card. If there's one thing that I can't live without, that is not makeup, that is a bag, and that is savings. So in this video, let's talk about it on how you can build your wealth in your 20s and 30s. So here's my first tip. Open 2 savings accounts. One for payroll and one for savings. So here's what you are going to do. Every payday, do not touch or withdraw any money yet until you make your budget list or your list on how to spend it. It's like your blueprint so that you'll have a guidance. There are times that you can follow this 100%, but at least you have this guidance. In doing your budget, prioritize your needs before your wants. Or you may opt to assign at least a certain amount for your wants. Me, I call it my personal when I am doing my budget list. So that in that way, I don't feel constrained in not really buying something for myself. So you may also put that, but of course, within your budget. So here's the example that I am doing. Let's assume that your net salary is 20,000 per month. So you may write savings, you may put 10%, it can be higher or lower than that. Then say fare is 2,000, your office food is 2,000, your household contribution, say you are contributing 5 to 10%, your share on electricity, cell phone bill, personal here, things you buy for yourself like makeup, clothes, shoes, perfume. Me, I have this project fund. I allocate this fund if I am eyeing to buy a high-value item that I need to save for it, say camera, watch, or earrings. Then if you have some insurance that you're paying, and I suggest you have this charity funds or church fund. Then get the total, better if the 20,000 is not maxed out, so that you'll have a little buffer for some unforeseen expenses. If you think that 10% for savings is too high, so don't put 10%. You may just put maybe 5% or 500 pesos or 1,000 pesos. It's up to you. But it cannot be 0. So that's the rule. So whatever that amount of savings that you committed to, transfer immediately to your savings account. So from payroll, transfer it to your savings. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do. Okay, so my number 2 is that when your money is already in your savings account, don't touch it. Okay, so treat it as if you don't have money. So set it aside as much as possible. By the way, when you are getting your savings account for your savings, do not get the ATM so that it will be harder for you to get that money. So make it difficult for you to have access to that savings account. So when are you going to spend that savings? Let's say for example, you've been saving for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So the amount has significantly increased, right? So don't use that in buying luxury items like bags or anything, unless you think that your money is already too high, wherein when you buy bags or wallet that are designer, make sure that you don't feel when you get something from that savings. So that's my suggestion. Me personally, I did that for many years, and The first time I had my designer bag is when I was in my 30s, because I am really saving money every time I get my salary, my commission, my incentive. So I always put something in my savings account. There are times that you will fall short in your budgeting, maybe because you've spent so much because there is this sale. So normally before the next payday, you don't have money anymore when that happens. So instead of buying from somebody else, you can just borrow from your savings account. But the rule is, when you borrow, you have to ensure that you have to return that money on payday. So don't let it just be decreasing like that. So you have to return whatever the amount you borrowed. So in that case, you don't borrow from anybody else. You just borrow it from yourself, from your savings. If your money in your savings account is already too big, so you may want to get additional savings account so that you can transfer your second savings account to your third savings account. So I actually do that because for me, in that third account, that's the money I use when I want to buy investments. Let's say, for example, if you already have enough money because the savings that you did for many years have accumulated already, then you may use that for time deposit or buying stocks if you know how to play. So I don't encourage you to buy stocks if you do not know how to play. Or funds in the bank, you may buy that. Or buying properties. So you may use that money in paying for the down payment or for the deposit. So that's the thing that I can share with you as well. My next tip is that if you are still single and you have extra time, I believe you have extra time because it's your first time to work, or you're in 20s or 30s, or maybe you don't have a family yet, find additional source of income. Let me share with you what I did when I was 23 years old or 24 years old. When I started working, my salary was below minimum. That time, the minimum I believe was 2,900 pesos or 3,000 pesos. But I took the job having a salary of 2,600 only. But since I'm a saver, I still can save. Even my salary is just 2,600. That is more than 30 years ago. So what I did, I did tutoring. So that's my extra job. So I tutor high school students. That time I was teaching math subjects like geometry, algebra, trigonometry, and also chemistry, because these are the subjects that I am really good at. And I am also a graduate of engineering. That's why that is also my expertise. So you may also find job that you feel you are good at. So if you are maybe a dancer, maybe you can teach dancing lesson, or if you are a singer, maybe you can teach singing lessons. It depends on what you can offer to other people wherein they're willing to pay you for that service. So look for something that can add to your income. Personally, having savings makes me feel confident, secured, at peace, and beautiful. And to further increase that emotion, I am a believer of insurance. As early as I was 24 years old, I already had my insurance. That was the first time I got my insurance. So, and then when we got married, since we are believers of insurance, me and my husband, so we took many insurance, not only insurance, but as well as educational plan for our children. So, imagine this, every year, my bonus or my 13th pay only goes to my insurance. That is for many years. And it was only recently that I have been enjoying my 13-month pay or bonus, because we are all finished in all our insurance. And since my children are in college, so we are actually receiving some of the seed that we planted before. So I am receiving that every 6 months, and I also have dollar insurance, both dollar and peso insurance. And my last tip for this video, this is my last tip because I don't want to have a very long video. Maybe I will just do a part 2. Okay, so my last tip is increase your market value. So what do I mean by that? So if there an opportunity for you to take additional class or an MBA, so please do so because that can improve your value in the marketplace. So let me just share with you what I did. When I had 2 kids, I decided to take my MBA. Okay, so I enrolled, so the class started already, and then after, I believe, 3 weeks, I've learned that I was pregnant on my 3rd child. But since I'm so committed and I really wanted to finish my MBA, so I continue it. So, and then I gave birth, so I stopped for just 1 sem to give birth, and then after that, I went back. So, that means that I finished my MBA. So my classmates, when I was starting, we graduated at the same time because I finished it. But I took a lot of sacrifices in finishing my MBA. So if you would like to increase your career, of course, or if you would like to increase your financial freedom, so consider attending trainings or formal education, especially in your field. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I just hope that I inspire you to save and to increase your savings. I hope you have gotten some points on how to do it. So, till again, this is Queen V saying be amazing in your 50s. Thanks for watching. Bye!